Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. We are going to take a look here at the lower level, the lower time frame price action today. With Ethereum, we are still observing and looking at possible bullish outcomes for this movement that occurred since the low that happened here a few days ago. Yeah. So with Ethereum, the challenge is that it only made really 3 waves to the upside. That's still a concern. That reduces the probability of a possible bullish outcome. But we can obviously observe it and focus on it until it gets invalidated, because really, ideally, it turns around now and moves to the upside, or it will have severe difficulties, because if it drops below the low from the 10th of November or 9th of November, it will most likely, which is at $1,073. If it drops below that, it will probably also drop below the $1,000 level, and the drop below the $1,000 level will invalidate, or, well, at least most likely lead to invalidation of the overall bullish pattern we have here, where we had a wave 1 to the upside and a wave 2 down, followed by a wave 3 to the upside. This is still possible, and I think it would have been much easier without the whole issue around FTX, because Ethereum received a surprising sell-off here. We did expect a sell-off, but not to that degree. So that was, in my opinion, linked to FTX, as the entire crypto market obviously sold off to a very strong degree. Yeah, but in the last video I also showed you the bearish outcome. How would a bearish outcome look like? Yeah, and then we would it would lead us down to $1,000, break that, break below the low from June, which is at 880, and then we would probably go to 650 and maybe even lower. Yeah, so that actually points, in the, let's say, worst case, into an area between $300 and $400. But for me, not very likely until we go below $1,000. So in the lower level price action or time frame, we said we are going to look at the potential of some more short-term downside, and the breakout to the downside of this triangle in a C wave here, to make a lower low in wave 2 in the yellow box, because we already came into it, but it wasn't really a convincing low. We could count this here as an A, B, C, and then this as something else, but the C wave here would have been a bit too short. Therefore, I've decided in the last video to count the move here as wave A, then the triangle as A, B, C, D, E, with a break, with an expected break to the downside back into this yellow box, and then most likely a move to the upside from here. Well, I'm saying most likely, as I just said, this is not high confidence, generally here, bullish outcome. It is something the market now needs to show us, because yes, we've seen a, let's say, reasonably well recovery since the low on the 9th of November, but we were also massively sold out. The problem, as I said, is that we've only seen 3 waves up. You can count it as a 5-wave structure, but you would have to go with a truncated wave scenario. Or alternatively, you count the move up as an ABC in a leading diagonal of wave 1. Also not super reliable. So here it's really about wait and see, I think. And hopefully the triangle did help you, because with the triangle we did break out of it to the downside. And we also broke below the low of the D wave already. Not substantially, but we broke it. So that is at 1238. We've moved back above it, but actually the fact that we broke out of the triangle to the downside, briefly went below the D wave low, is an indicator that the triangle has broken. Really, evidence for that will only be obtained as soon as we go below the low of the wave B, and that's at 1200. And my statement from the last videos still stands, that as long as Ethereum is above 1130 here, we can focus on the bullish scenario, at least carefully. Yeah. So let's take a look at the target for the third wave. We take the length of the possible wave 1, and we go down to we can go down to 1130, just assuming we might see lower low here, because we haven't really reliably bottomed in wave 2. So at least there's no evidence. So a target in that case would be 1587. If we have already bottomed in wave C, then it would have been here at 1200. Then the target for the third wave would be 1662. And you can see how the targets depend on the waves, the previous waves. Therefore, targets sometimes change if a previous wave gets longer or shorter. But yeah, this is really where we are. I mean, we've broken out of the triangle, you could say, but in my opinion, it's not a reliable break yet. I mean, you can see it. We've even retested from below and were unsuccessful. Now we've got an engulfing red candle on the hourly. Now the hour is not closed, so the hourly candle is still open. But it, in my opinion, doesn't really indicate a lot of strength. And what we could have here in the C wave, and that's at this moment speculation, but we could have a 1, 2, here the 3, the 4, and the 5 to finish off that 5-wave move within a wave C, right? So that's all possible, and we can focus on that for now until it gets invalidated. A breakout now above the previous high, so above 1271, would indicate that this pattern is not the correct one and that something else is going on, maybe already something more bullish. But if something more bullish is going on, I would like to see a breakout, first of all, above 1284 and then also above 1304. And I think that is really good confirmation that we're going to move into this target that I just showed you, around 1500 to 1600 US dollars. So yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.